the day that a lot of people who have listened to me talk about Giants baseball, today's the day you've been waiting for. That's so freaking embarrassing. I don't know what to do with this anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do with this anymore. I know everybody's trying. I know that...
Well, it's early, Mark.
And I know that everybody's hurt. And you're right. It is early. By the way, don't take anything I'm about to say to mean that I'm giving up on the season.
Right.
Play the kids. It's not going to work anyway. Who does that? It's May. I'm not no. Not giving up on the season. I was on my app this morning trying to buy tickets. My kids really, really want to go to a game. You know what I'd like to show them? A good time.
Right.
This is so painful for Giants fans to watch the Dodgers come to town and do this to us. And I wonder if the front office is embarrassed or if they still want to just tell us that we don't know. We don't know what we're talking about. I don't care who's right anymore. I don't care who's smart. I don't care who has a good idea or a plan or what the analytics say. All I know is that this hurts like hell to sit here and watch our ballpark get overtaken by the rival, feel like every at-bat is a complete mismatch. It's kindergartners against seniors in high school, and we're acting like it's a fair playing field. And we're thrilled when we almost win. Monday night, it took them to 10 before it all fell apart. This is terrible, and the list of reasons is long, and everyone's got their favorite one, and I've reached a point where they've filled up my brain so much that I don't care anymore who's right. It doesn't matter who's right. This is awful. This is absolutely an awful experience to be a Giants fan right now. So I will start by pointing the finger at me. I have been the loudest voice in this town in support of this front office. I think there's all kinds of things that people don't know about this front office, who they actually are, what they're trying to do, where the efforts have come from. And yes, they are smart. They're not stupid, and they're not cheap. They just proved that too. So I think there's all kinds of things, and that's why I've spent as long as I have going, you know what? Okay, be patient. What about a little of this? What about that? Maybe it'll come around. Don't forget, 2021, 107 wins. My bad. Okay? Mea culpa time. I have spent the better part of 5 years saying that, no, I still think this can be the right thing. And sure, maybe I'm the last one to get off the bus. And so that makes me wrong. I don't care where you point the finger. I think it's silly to point it only at Farhan. I think you can point it in almost any direction you want and have a point. I just want to say this is not okay. You cannot look like this. You cannot let that beautiful building get overtaken by Let's Go Dodgers chants. You cannot have the kids who are being taken to baseball games over there be excited when Shohei Ohtani on the other team hits a home run because they just want to be excited about something. The Giants surprise you right now when the ball goes to the outfield off of one of their bats. It's shocking when it's not a ground ball. And I know they're good ball players over there and they're hurt and they're trying and they're this, that, and the other, but I'm sorry, this is big time, billion-dollar professional sports. So trying I got Yoda for you. There's no try. You have to do. You cannot look like this when the Dodgers come to town. You know how ridiculous they looked in their City Connects last night? I love those jerseys. But last night, you actually did look like ice cream cones. Nobody's in the mood for your bright orange. And by the way, this year they're see-through. I don't know if you all saw the Instagram post they put out. There's Casey Schmidt with his City Connect outfit, and you can see his jersey tucked into his pants in front of his crotch. My God, the whole thing is so cringeworthy, I don't even know what to do with it anymore. Your ace is facing your rival tonight. Good Lord, I hope you look like a baseball team. Whole experience is absolutely out of control right now. My bad. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for everything I've said the last 4 years.
You don't have to be sorry.
Good freaking God.
I can really appreciate your sentiment and your emotions. And last night was, unfortunately, I think indicative of where these two teams are. And that's what makes Monday night, for me, hurt even more, because Monday night, and I said this on Twitter yesterday, Monday night was the one you should have had. Last night is really more indicative of where you are versus the Dodgers. Their top 5 hitters, including pinch hitters, they went 11 for 23, and they drove in 8 runs. Your top 5, including Luciano, who came in and pinch hit for Yaz, you had a total of 3 hits in 16 at-bats. You were 3 for 16. They were 11 for 23. And, the bottom of your order, Casey Schmidt with a couple of hits, and, the young guys are showing a little bit here and there of flash and promise, but you look at your team compared to that team, and you are not even in the same sport, in all honesty. And then you look at the crowd, and your crowd is being dominated by their crowd in your building, which is something that had never happened before. So you said it, I think, pretty accurately, in my opinion. You can't just point the one finger at the one guy and say, you are the problem, and if we do something about you, Farhan Zaidi, well, then everything's going to be fixed. It's not that. It's an organizational thing where the fan base has lost faith. They've lost connection. You mentioned the City Connect uniforms. It's the City Connect uniform, or the City Disconnect, rather, because your fan base is disconnected. Season ticket holders are selling their tickets to Dodger fans. Dodger fans are buying up your tickets in bunches, knowing what's going to happen, which is most likely a sweep. The Giants could eke it out tonight with Logan Webb, and the spread, the odds are very close. I think the Giants are plus 125, Dodgers minus 145, with an opener who we don't even know who will be, by the way. But this is indicative of where you are. So to just point the finger at Farhan is wrong, or Bob Melvin, or Larry Baer, or Greg Johnson, or whoever you want to blame. This is everybody from the top all the way to the bottom.
We can use the word they. Yeah, it's not a he.
Right.
But it's
the Giants' pronoun right now is they.
The whole front office. You have a plan. I bought into your plan. Your plan hasn't worked. Is that all your fault? Here's my answer. It doesn't matter.
Right.
It doesn't matter. I am not sitting here today trying to chase someone down with blame. I am trying to express to the Giants organization how painful this is for fans of the team. This is a painful experience. It's not funny. And I say that knowing that it's just sports. It's not like I'm taking some sort of an ego hit to bed every night.
Right.
At 10 o'clock, I can laugh. We'll get a bowl of ice cream and go to bed. It's okay.
But what did you do last night? And you said it during the crossover, and I don't know what point of the game is when it happened for you, but you did something that you don't normally do if they're playing the Marlins or the Orioles or the Rays, let alone the Dodgers.
I turned it off. I left.
You left.
I left to watch a basketball game in Denver, Colorado.
That wasn't close, by the way.
In the first quarter.
Right.
It did, I just couldn't watch anymore.
You turned it off. A guy who will watch, of the 162, you will watch at least part of probably 145 of them, 153 of them.
I mean, almost all of them.
Exactly. You're a guy who covered the team. You spent many a night doing post game. You love this team. This is your team. And yet in mid-May, you turned it off. You turned it off, Mark. They turned you off is what happened.
When this time of year gets here, I look so forward to this.
Right. They have center stage.
We talk about this in my home. There's almost a competition to see, when can we get Dad to buy the tickets? How much can we get Dad to spend? Who do we get to? There is so much excitement for this, and that's what I'm upset about. I understand some of this is out of everyone's control. Patrick Bailey's got a concussion. Jorge Soler is firing balls off the top of his head.
Oh my God.
Jung-Hoo Lee is trying his butt off and ends up blowing his shoulder out. Conforto with a twisty whatever the hell's going on over there. I don't know.
Ahmed, Murphy.
Right?
Slates.
They're all hurt. And so to measure them now against the Dodgers has a bit of unfairness. That's not what I'm getting at. What I'm getting at is that you have become so formulaic with the way that you do this. And by the way, more importantly than that, because every baseball team in America has a whole room that is called their analytics department. The Dodgers have one too. They've got a big room, and it's filled with computers and gizmos, and they've got all of the information and data. They all use this. But good grief, can you please be open to evolve? When you see something that's not working, can you stop telling everyone around you, yes, it is, we know what we're doing? You can't do that for 3 straight years while you're just losing. And by the way, losing happens in sports. I'm not even terribly upset about that. What I'm upset about is that you have created something completely lifeless in place of something that I love with every fiber of my being. It feels like the season is getting canceled because the product that you have created over there means that we have to turn our TV on every night right now this week and watch our rivals party in our faces. Woohoo! Let's go, Dodgers chants?
Yeah, loud too.
Giants fans applauding Shohei hitting the ball 450 feet just because they're like, well, at least we got to see that.
You got to tip your cap. That was a bomb ski.
You can't do this. You can't take Giants baseball and turn it into this. We love this. This is our city. This is our team. This is our sport. You cannot take it and turn it into something so lifeless and keep telling us that you know what you're doing.
You know who also this year is 19-25?
The A's.
And the Pirates. The A's, the Pirates, the Giants. So when you talk about your brand, and I know this is not only about the record, and you've been very clear, you're on the record that this is not about the record, and it's not, but the reality is, if you're a fan who's just glancing at the standings in their morning paper, and you see 19-25, and you see a 10-2 loss to the division rival, how motivated are you to go? And I guess that's a question for you, because I know you're going on Friday. Are you going to still go on Friday?
Yeah, I'm going to go.
I mean, are you looking forward to it like you normally would?
Well, yeah, because I'm going to be with my
lovely and your family, and I get that.
And we'll eat food and we'll have a drink, and we're going to have a phenomenal time.
Are you worried about a Rockies takeover?
No.
Let's go, Rockies.
I refuse to ever give up on the Giants. That's part of my DNA.
Right.
So there's no give up. There's no I'm not going. There's no protest. But my God, I get to be really upset, and I get to be upset with myself. I went all in. I went all in. And to each and every one of you who over the last 5 years, I told you don't know what you're talking about, my bad. I didn't know what I was talking about. You may not rob this city of our fun.